The galaxy of Xelion, a vast expanse of interstellar communities, had always been a beacon of cooperation and conflict alike. At its heart lay Zarmina, a planet celebrated for its breathtaking landscapes and abundant resources. This peaceful world, inhabited by the gentle Zarminians, thrived on agriculture and science, living in harmony with nature's rhythms. However, the serenity of Zarmina was about to be shattered by the militant ambitions of the Creel Empire. The Creel threat. The Creelians, a warlike species known for their advanced weaponry and oppressive tactics, had set their sights on Zarmina. Their fleet, vast and formidable, orbited Zarmina, casting long shadows over its sunlit fields. With their resources depleting rapidly on their home planet, the Creelians aimed to conquer Zarmina to exploit its richness, especially the potent exolith minerals found deep within the planet's crust. As the Creelian war drums echoed through space, the Zarminians faced a grim reality. Their defenses were no match against the Creel onslaught. The planetary shields could only withstand so much before crumbling under the might of Creelian firepower. Desperation set in, and surrender seemed inevitable. Earth's intervention. Meanwhile, Earth had recently been inducted as a full member of the Galactic Union, striving to carve out its place among the stars. The news of Zarmina's plight reached the United Nations Galactic Division, UNGD, at a time when Earth sought to establish itself as a proactive member of the community. Commander Sarah Jennings, a decorated officer of the UNGD, saw an opportunity not just to aid a fellow member of the Galactic Union, but also to demonstrate humanity's commitment to galactic peacekeeping. With the approval of the Galactic Council, she readied a fleet to assist Zarmina. This fleet, though technologically inferior to the Creelian armada, was equipped with the latest Earth had to offer, including experimental shields and strategic AI systems. The journey to Zarmina. The journey to Zarmina was tense, with each member of the crew aware of the daunting task ahead. Commander Jennings briefed her team daily, emphasizing the importance of their mission not only for Zarmina, but for the future of Earth's role in the galaxy. Diplomacy was their primary aim. However, they were prepared for combat if necessary. Upon arrival, the sight of the Creelian destroyers encircling Zarmina sent a chill down the spine of the bravest crew members. Commander Jennings wasted no time. She initiated contact with the Creelian fleet, broadcasting her intentions across all channels. Ceasefire negotiations. To the surprise of the Zarminians and the humans alike, the Creelians responded. Their leader, General Krax, intrigued by the audacity of the humans, agreed to a temporary ceasefire. The humans' willingness to face potential destruction for a planet not their own puzzled him, and in his overconfidence, he saw an opportunity to gauge Earth's capabilities and technology. Commander Jennings also reached out to the Zarminian leaders, offering not just military assistance, but also humanitarian aid. The Zarminians, led by Prime Minister Linara, though wary of human motives, agreed to cooperate, their desperation making the decision for them. The ceasefire provided a much-needed respite and a chance to strategize. It was a fleeting opportunity to fortify, to plan, and to form an alliance that would stand against the Creelian threat. This unexpected collaboration between humans and Zarminians set the stage for what was to become a pivotal moment in the history of the galaxy. In the quiet before the storm, as Zarmina's fate hung delicately in balance, the seeds of a profound partnership were sown, underpinned by a shared desire for peace and the courageous spirit of a planet and its unexpected defenders. As the human fleet emerged from hyperspace near Zarmina, the scene was one of impending doom. The Creelian warships, large and ominous, hovered in battle formation, their weapons charged and ready to strike the planet below. Commander Sarah Jennings, leading the human fleet aboard the flagship USS Protector, assessed the situation with a mix of determination and concern. The fate of Zarmina was not sealed yet, and she was there to ensure it never would be. Initial encounters. The arrival of the human fleet caught the Creelians by surprise. The Galactic Union was known for its bureaucratic delays and often tepid responses to aggressive expansions. The Creelians paused their assault, intrigued by this unexpected development. Commander Jennings, seizing the moment, opened communications. Krelian Command, this is Commander Sarah Jennings of the United Nations Galactic Division, she broadcasted. We are here under the peaceful auspices of the Galactic Union, seeking to mediate and halt this unwarranted aggression. General Krax of the Krelians responded with a scoff. His image, appearing over the holoscreen, was that of a seasoned warrior, his skin scarred from battles past. Human Commander, your bravery is misplaced, Krax sneered, but your presence changes nothing. Zarmina will be ours. Diplomatic maneuvers Jennings was undeterred. Consider the broader implications of your actions, General. The Galactic Union will not stand by idly. We propose a ceasefire and negotiations to discuss Zarmina's future. Krax paused, considering. The human fleet was smaller, but equipped with advanced technology that piqued his interest, perhaps valuable enough to explore peaceful options, at least temporarily. Very well, Commander, he finally agreed. Ceasefire it is, but know this, our patience is limited. With the ceasefire in place, Jennings contacted Prime Minister Linara of Zarmina. Prime Minister, we come in peace and ready to assist, Jennings assured her. Linara, a slender figure with the soft glow of Zarmina's native luminance, expressed her gratitude but also her fears. We welcome your help, Commander Jennings, Linara replied. Our defenses are compromised, and our people are terrified. We do not have the military might to withstand the Krelians. Forming the alliance. The ceasefire gave Zarmina and Earth a precious window to strategize. Human engineers and Zarminian scientists quickly set to work, integrating Earth's shield technology with Zarminian energy crystals, which were potent sources of power but had never been weaponized. Commander Jennings and General Linara planned their defensive. They would reinforce Zarmina's planetary shields to withstand the Krelian attacks long enough to negotiate a peaceful resolution. If talks failed, they prepared for a defensive strike to protect Zarmina and prove to the Krelians that Earth was a force to be reckoned with. Cultural and tactical exchange. As the humans and Zarminians collaborated, they shared knowledge and strategies. The humans learned of the Zarminians' advanced agricultural techniques and deep cultural heritage, which included profound philosophical beliefs about life and universal energy. In turn, the Zarminians were introduced to human military tactics and Earth's rich history of overcoming adversity through resilience and unity. This exchange fostered a bond between the two species, solidifying their alliance both in spirit and in action. Preparing for the unknown. As the sun set on Zarmina, casting long shadows over its beautiful cities, the combined fleet of Earth and Zarmina stood ready. They were prepared to defend the planet from the Krelians, whose intentions remained unclear as they awaited the outcome of the forthcoming negotiations. In the strategic command center set up within Zarmina's capital, the atmosphere was tense but focused. Commander Sarah Jennings, Prime Minister Linara, and their respective teams had gathered to outline their defense against the Krelians. The room was filled with maps of the planet, digital screens displaying real-time space movements, and a palpable sense of urgency. Integrating forces. The first order of business was integrating human technology with Zarminian resources. Zarmina's scientists, led by Chief Engineer Teeler, demonstrated how their energy crystals could be amplified by human electromagnetic fields to create a more potent shield around key population centers. Your shield technology is impressive, Teeler noted, examining the human devices. But Zarminian crystals resonate with life force energy, which can greatly enhance your field generators. Commander Jennings watched as her engineers worked alongside Teeler, combining their technologies. The resulting hybrid shields were twice as strong and had a greater range of coverage than the planet's original defenses. Strategic Deployment General Linara, the head of Zarmina's defense forces, laid out the military assets at their disposal. Our fleet is small, but our pilots are ready, she declared. With the new shields, we can protect our cities and key installations. Jennings proposed using a series of decoy emissions to confuse the Krelian sensors. If we can make them think we're larger than we are, it may make them hesitate or misdirect their fire, she suggested. The room agreed, and teams were dispatched to set up the decoys along the planet's orbit, combining holographic outputs with low-level ion trails to mimic fleet movements. A ground strategy. Knowing that the Krelians might still land ground forces, Jennings and Lenara organized a resistance strategy. "We'll need to prepare our people for possible ground engagements," Jennings stated. "Training sessions and simulations will begin immediately." Zarminian civilians were trained by human special forces in basic combat and survival skills, turning their agricultural tools into potential weapons and learning the layout of their cities to better navigate and evade during attacks. Special operations. Perhaps the most daring part of their plan involved a direct strike against the Krelian command ship. Commander Jennings outlined a covert operation to infiltrate the ship, disable its command center, and hopefully force the fleet to retreat. "We have stealth shuttles that can bypass their radar," Jennings explained. "A small team could potentially get on board, plant charges around their engine room and command center, and get out before they know what's hit them." Captain Marco Bennett, a seasoned pilot and tactician, was chosen to lead the mission. "It's risky," he said, looking over the plans, "but a well-placed strike could shift the entire battle in our favor." Psychological Warfare Commander Jennings also approved a series of broadcasts to be sent to the Krelian fleet, featuring Zarminian and human leaders speaking about their unity and readiness to defend Zarmina at all costs. The broadcasts also subtly emphasized the international backlash that the Krelians would face if they continued their aggression. "These broadcasts might not stop them," Jennings said, "but combined with our preparations, they will show that we are not just defending Zarmina, but standing up for the rights of all free planets." Conclusion of preparations. As the Zarminian day gave way to night, lights from the workshops and training grounds blazed across the cities. Zarminians, once fearful, now worked with a sense of purpose and determination, their fears temporarily assuaged by the flurry of preparations and the presence of their new human allies. Commander Jennings ended the day with a call to her superiors back on Earth, reporting their progress. "We've done all we can to prepare," she reported. Dawn broke with an eerie calm over Zarmina. The light from its twin suns scattered across the planet's enhanced shields, casting a prismatic glow over the cities below. In orbit, the Krelian fleet, a looming shadow against the stars, began to stir. Today, the battle for Zarmina's future would finally unfold. The onslaught begins. The Krelians wasted no time. As the first rays of dawn lit up the Zarminian sky, a barrage of heavy plasma fire rained down. The newly installed hybrid shields flickered under the assault, but held strong, dispersing the plasma bolts across their energy fields. In the Strategic Command Center, Commander Jennings and Prime Minister Lenara watched the shield readings stabilize after each hit. "The shields are holding," Teller reported with a cautious optimism, "but we need to counterattack now while they're regrouping." Zarminian counteroffensive. Following Jennings' plan, the Zarminian Defense Forces launched their first counteroffensive. Squadrons of sleek fighter craft, piloted by Zarminians and humans alike, soared into the upper atmosphere. As they approached the Krelian ships, the decoy emitters sprang to life, creating dozens of false targets that sowed confusion among the enemy ranks. Krelian fighters scrambled to intercept, but the chaos gave the Zarminians an edge. They darted through the Krelian formations, picking off ships disoriented by the false readings. Ground assaults. Meanwhile, on Zarmina's surface, the tremors of war were felt even behind the shields. Krelian ground troops, having anticipated an easy conquest, found themselves bogged down by fierce resistance. Zarminian civilians, trained over the previous days, used their knowledge of the terrain to their advantage, harrying the invaders with hit-and-run tactics learned from their human allies. Jennings watched the ground conflict through live feeds, her face set in grim determination. "Keep pressing them," she instructed the ground commanders. "Every minute they're engaged with us is a minute they're not bombarding our cities." The sabotage mission. The critical phase of Jennings' plan was the sabotage mission led by Captain Bennett. His team, consisting of elite human commandos and Zarminian volunteers, approached the Krelian mothership in stealth shuttles, slipping through the enemy's sensor net under the cover of a manufactured solar flare. Once aboard, the team moved quickly. Their objective was clear: disable the mothership's core to cripple the Krelian fleet's command structure. Navigating through the labyrinthine corridors of the ship, they encountered stiff resistance. However, the element of surprise was on their side, and they reached the core after a series of intense firefights. Bennett set the charges while his team held off Krelian reinforcements. "Charges set," he confirmed to Jennings. "Ready to exfil." "Proceed as planned," Jennings responded. "Great work, now get out of there safely." With minutes to spare, the team evacuated the mothership, just as the charges detonated. A brilliant explosion ripped through the ship, and the Krelian formation descended into disarray. Turning the tide. The destruction of the mothership was the turning point. With their command ship gone, the Krelian fleet's coordination faltered. Taking advantage of the confusion, Zarminian and human forces pressed their advantage, targeting key ships and driving the invaders back. On the ground, the news of the mothership's fall spread quickly, bolstering the spirits of the Zarminian defenders. They redoubled their efforts, pushing the Krelian ground forces towards their landing crafts. Conclusion of the battle. As the last of the Krelian ships retreated into hyperspace, Zarmina erupted in cautious celebration. The planet had been saved, thanks to the bravery and quick thinking of its defenders and their new human allies. The suns of Zarmina set with a golden hue, bathing the battered but unbroken cities in a light that spoke of new beginnings and hard-won peace. The Krelian fleet had retreated, leaving behind a planet that, while scarred by conflict, stood victorious due to the unprecedented collaboration between humans and Zarminians. Celebrations and reflections. As night fell, the cities of Zarmina lit up with vibrant celebrations. The air was filled with the music of gratitude, resonating through the streets and into the open fields where battles had raged just hours before. Zarminians and humans alike shared their joy and relief through their cultural expressions, Zarminian dances, human songs, and a mutual appreciation of peace. Commander Jennings watched the celebrations from the command center, a smile tugging at her lips. The relief was palpable, but her mind was on the future. "We've won the battle, but the war for peace continues," she mused to herself. Prime Minister Linara joined her own expression a complex tapestry of triumph and weariness. "Today, we have shown the galaxy that Zarmina is not just a planet to be conquered, and we couldn't have done it without Earth's intervention," Linara said warmly. Rebuilding and strengthening bonds. The next few days were a whirlwind of activity. Jennings and her team coordinated with Zarminian authorities to repair the damage done by the Krelian assault. Human technology played a crucial role in quickly restoring critical infrastructure and medical facilities. Simultaneously, Jennings worked closely with Linara to lay down the groundwork for a formal alliance. This new partnership would ensure mutual defense and cooperative exploration of technologies and resources. The Galactic Union, observing the effective defense and the potential of human-Zarminian collaboration, moved swiftly to ratify this alliance. Diplomatic triumphs. The success of their defense brought representatives from various planets to Zarmina, eager to understand the dynamics of this new human-Zarminian alliance. Jennings found herself in meetings with diplomats and military officials, sharing insights and extending Earth's hand in friendship and support. A particularly rewarding outcome was the interest in human defensive technologies, which had proven crucial in the battle. Jennings negotiated several agreements that would not only bring economic benefits to Earth, but also strengthen its strategic position in the galaxy. A galactic celebration. A grand ceremony was organized to celebrate the alliance, attended by dignitaries from across the galaxy. Jennings and Linara jointly addressed the assembly, their speeches broadcasted across Zarmina and beyond. "We stand here today, united not just by our recent struggle, but by our shared values and hopes for the future," Jennings declared, her voice echoing in the grand hall. "Let this alliance be a testament to the power of unity and cooperation." Linara spoke of renewal and the future. "With our friends from Earth, we look forward to a horizon filled with possibilities. Together, we will explore the stars and ensure that the peace we've fought for endures." reflecting on human contributions. Back on Earth, news of the victory and the pivotal role played by Jennings and her fleet was met with pride and celebration. Jennings herself was hailed as a hero, her diplomatic and military acumen recognized as instrumental in the successful defense of Zarmina. As the celebrations continued, Jennings took a quiet moment to reflect. She thought of the brave Zarminians and her courageous crew who had stood together against formidable odds. This victory was not just a testament to human strength, but to the enduring spirit of cooperation that now defined the Zarminian and human relationship. The battle for Zarmina was over. As the twin suns of Zarmina rose over the horizon, their light symbolized the dawn of a new era. The recent victory against the Krelian Empire had not only preserved the planet's freedom, but had also ushered in a time of unprecedented interstellar cooperation. Zarmina, once isolated, was now a beacon of unity in the galaxy, and its alliance with Earth was at the heart of this transformation. Consolidating peace. In the weeks following the Krelian retreat, Zarmina's cities flourished once again. The rapid reconstruction efforts, fueled by human technology and Zarminian resilience, had repaired much of the damage inflicted by the war. But the true challenge lay in fortifying this peace so dearly won. Commander Sarah Jennings, newly appointed as Earth's ambassador to Zarmina, worked tirelessly with Prime Minister Linara to integrate their defense systems. They established joint military bases, shared training programs, and combined scientific endeavors to ensure both planets could defend each other against any future threats. Galactic recognition. The success of the Zarmina campaign had significant repercussions throughout the Galactic Union. Earth's role in securing peace had elevated its status among the galactic community, garnering respect and a certain wariness from older, more established civilizations. Ambassador Jennings attended numerous councils and assemblies, presenting the case for Earth as a key player in galactic affairs. Her arguments that unity and proactive defense could stabilize potentially volatile regions resonated with many, leading to new alliances and treaties. Cultural and economic boom. Zarmina, with its rich cultures and vast resources, attracted traders, artists, and tourists from across the galaxy. The planet's economy boomed, spurred by its newfound connections. Human businesses flourished as well, creating jobs back on Earth and promoting a shared prosperity. The cultural exchanges were equally beneficial. Zarminian art, music, and philosophy became popular among humans, who were intrigued by their alien friends' deep connection to nature and the universe. Similarly, humans brought their own diverse cultures to Zarmina, enriching a society that had been on the brink of annihilation. A personal reflection. Amid the busyness of her duties, Ambassador Jennings often took time to reflect on the journey that had brought her here. She thought of the brave men and women under her command, the Zarminians who had fought alongside her, and the seemingly insurmountable odds they had overcome together. One evening, standing on the balcony of her new office overlooking the capital, Jennings felt a profound sense of accomplishment and hope. The city lights below shimmered like stars brought down to Earth, a mirror of the peaceful and vibrant society they had built. "It's a new world," Linara's voice came from behind her, soft, yet filled with strength. "It is," Jennings agreed, turning to face her friend and ally, "and it's just the beginning." Legacy of the battle. The alliance between Earth and Zarmina became a model for interstellar relations, promoting a doctrine of peace through strength and cooperation. The Galactic Union, inspired by this example, established a new framework for dealing with conflicts, one that prioritized diplomatic engagements backed by a readiness to defend peace. As Zarmina and Earth continued to thrive, the story of their struggle and triumph became a legend in the annals of the galaxy. It was a testament to the fact that even the smallest voices could change the course of history when they spoke as one.